In this video, we are going to go over 10 behaviors that predict financial success. If you've ever wondered, what do those people do that propels them to being in the top 1%? Watch until the end and have your mind blown, because I've spent the last year researching and this is what I found. Thank you to Fundrise for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. So if you were to take a group of 100 people and ask, how much money does the richest person have? Here's what you'd find. According to a 2019 survey by the Federal Reserve, the person at the top would make at least $357,552 per year and have a net worth just over $11 million. These people also hold 32.1% of all the net worth in the US. But besides their financials, you'd also find a lot of characteristic traits that these people have in common. In fact, you might think that there's something eerily similar between them. So that brings us to number one, which is speed. So from 1995 to 2004, Elon Musk went through 6 different business ventures, which is more than the average person goes through in their entire lifetime. The time it takes between an idea and the idea actually turning into reality is shortened by the speed at which you do things. The more you can shrink the time it takes between thought and action, the faster you're going to both fail and succeed. So the takeaway here is you need to move like a lightning bolt. For the average person, doing a task can take a long time. And that's because of procrastination, right? It's just easy not to do things. Let's say that you want to complete task A, which is going to help you get towards your goal, and doing that task takes the person 1 week. If you look at a lot of successful people, they may be able to do that task within 1 single day. And so yeah, you can see that the millionaire can complete the task 7 times faster than the normal person. Since life is just a continuation of a bunch of different actions compounded over one another, you can see just how much more action can be done when you are fast at doing things. And so you just need to be really short-term with your actions, but long-term with your goals. If you think about doing something, just do it. Do it as fast as you can. Don't get analysis paralysis because that's really going to slow you down. And yeah, the thing is that most people just won't do things that are uncomfortable or hard because they are scared to fail or they're just overthinking it. And so while the average person might be walking like this, being in the top 1% normally means that you're going to be sprinting. When you're sprinting, you'll be doing laps around the normal person, and that is why they're able to make more money. So the takeaway here is just be fast with things and try and move like a lightning bolt. The next trait that leads to financial success is liking to do things differently. Most people tend to follow the crowd due to the bandwagon effect, which is a psychological cognitive bias that causes people to think or act a certain way if they believe that others are doing the same. For example, if people see that more and more people are buying a certain stock and that they're pumping it, they'll be way more likely to invest as well. Obviously, that does not turn out that well for a lot of people. And it's just one example of why following the crowd can sometimes lead to disastrous results. I promise you that if you strive to be super unique, something good is going to come out of it, right? Like if you think about it, you can't be in the top 1% just doing what everyone else is doing. Otherwise, you just be in the 99%. It literally doesn't make sense why you can expect to do what 99% of people do, but expect to be in the top 1% financially. And so I'll say that you want to put on your glasses that encourage you to be more unique and less traditional. Reverse engineer your image of a boring life and think, what do those people do every single day? After identifying those things, you'll want to realize like, hey, I shouldn't be doing those things at all. Look at prime examples of people doing things differently, such as Alex Hormozi. His view on marriage is completely different than traditional, and I think that their sort of business partnership relationship has really helped him succeed. Really, the takeaway here is if you want to be different financially, you'll also need to be different in your actions. So that's why I encourage you guys to just do things differently. The next trait that really rich people have is having high value, highly actionable skills. High value means that people are going to pay a lot of money because it brings them a lot of value. And actionable means it's going to apply to the real world of making money. Many people are very smart with education and all that stuff, but in the real world, that doesn't actually correlate to making more money. And so when you have these high value, highly actionable skills, that, in my opinion, is the ultimate hedge against inflation. Warren Buffett echoed the same idea, saying that
the best investment against inflation is to improve your own earning power, your own talents.
And that very few people actually maximize their talents. This really should be a priority because think about it. Of all the things in the world that are going on, you yourself are in control of your skills. If you learn a skill, there's literally nothing anyone can do to erase that skill from your memory. And when everything else goes to you'll still have those skills that can turn into money. For example, you guys, photography is one of those high value skills that I started learning in high school. No matter what happens in the world, I know that there are people that are going to want their photographs taken. This is a very in-demand skill, and as a result, I'm able to charge a lot of money for it. Back in high school and college, I was actually able to make over $100 per hour doing this. And if something were to happen like the pandemic again, yes, there might be a little bit less demand for photographs, but that demand is still there, and I'm still able to turn that skill into an income. A lot of people think that these skills are hard to obtain, but the truth is that a lot of these skills can be learned within a few months. And so if you think about it in terms of an ROI perspective, learning these types of high value skills like copywriting, email marketing, photography, videography, video editing, it's so much better than going to a 4-year college and getting a degree. So in summary, prioritize learning skills. Another thing millionaires have in common is that the overwhelming majority invest in real estate. And that's where today's sponsor comes in, who lets anyone invest whether you have a few $1,000s or a few $100s to start. This allows anyone to start early and let their money grow exponentially through compound interest. Fundrise is an easy to use platform for investing into long-term real estate that can diversify your portfolio and increase your passive income. Just take a look at how they outperformed the stock market in Q1 of this year. Not to mention, this is their 21st consecutive positive quarter. Fundrise is making this possible through putting your investments into private real estate assets that have low volatility and significant long-term potential. Real estate has historically shown more stable and consistent returns, and especially in this market. Now, historically, these types of investments have only been available to high net worth individuals and institutions. So it's really great that Fundrise is making private real estate investing open to everyone. Plus, all their deals are vetted by their team of expert underwriters. You guys can use my link fundrise.com/Charlie Chang to start investing in real estate through Fundrise. And the link will be in the description. I'm invested myself and will continue to have an automatic percentage of my income invested through Fundrise. Again, use my link below to start investing in the best investment vehicle in the world. And now back to the video. The next behavior is just having insecurities. I know you guys might be thinking, how do insecurities have anything to do with financial success? Well, according to an article by the Harvard Business Review, people with low self-confidence are actually more likely to be successful due to always wanting to work towards a level of competence and improving their own weaknesses. Someone that has high confidence might not be able to self-reflect on their weak points to be able to improve upon them. So I think this one is great because we can all relate to having insecurities. It's okay to have, and a lot of the times they can actually help. So I remember in the years following college, I was extremely insecure of my success and the things that I was doing. My parents were not proud of me at all. They had no idea what I was trying to do. And I think that actually led me to doing some extreme things out of my comfort zone. Things that I probably never would have done if I had just found a really great 9-to-5 job. I truly believe that you can take any insecurity you have and completely flip it around. So for example, if you're insecure about the way you look due to not being in shape, use that as fuel towards being more consistent with hitting the gym. I think that this applies to anything in life, and I really think that insecurities can encourage you to get uncomfortable. I truly believe that if I had graduated with a high-paying job, I would probably still be there. And so in my case, having that insecurity of not being successful just really propelled me to want success more, and that led to the actions I need to take in order to reach that. So yeah, insecurities, use them to your advantage. Another common behavior with the 1% is that they are always learning. Surveys show that 86% of wealthy people love reading compared to only 26% of the poor. 88% of the wealthy read 30 minutes or more per day of non-fiction self-improvement books. The average CEO reads 4 to 5 books per month, or about 60 books per year, while the average person only reads about 12 books per year. The thing with the 1% is that they are always just curious about things. They have this mindset where they are always a student, they never know enough, and as a result, reading is one of the really important things that they do. You guys might have heard the saying, the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And that, you guys, is really true, right? If you are humble and you don't think you know everything, then you'll stay a student for the rest of your life, which is amazing. You'll learn new skills, talk to people, take advice, and that is going to be an integral part of your success. However, if you think you know every single thing there is in the world, then you're actually pretty screwed because everyone around you is going to be constantly learning, while you yourself, if you think you know everything, is just going to be completely stagnant. And so yeah, I really encourage you guys to take on this behavior, and that is to always think of yourself as a student and always learn. The next behavior you're going to want to have is exercising. Studies have shown that exercising can improve cognitive performance due to more neural cells being added to the hippocampus, which is an area of the brain responsible for processing tasks, memories, and learning. It's no wonder that the 1% always find the time to exercise. And while you don't have to look like a bodybuilder, I'd say that the majority of millionaires take their health really seriously. For me, I work out 5 to 6 times per week, and I love staying in shape. I view the body as an extension of the mind and vice versa. And when we build physical toughness, this actually allows us to do hard tasks, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So yes, it is tough to love working out. It is tough to go out and exercise, run, hit weights, all that stuff. But if you can make yourself do that, then you can make yourself do all the hard tasks in business as well. You just need to learn to love it. And for me, I think working out has been one of the best things I've ever done in life. I made so many friends. I truly enjoy doing it. And I truly think that I'm going to continue exercising until I literally physically cannot. The next thing the 1% always do is always looking for opportunities. Think about the statement. There are a million ways to make $1 million. We are literally living in a time where you can make money doing almost everything. And there are opportunities literally everywhere. If you guys don't look for them, then they're just going to float by you and you're not going to be able to get them. I like to think of always looking for opportunities as having a pair of sunglasses on. When you put those sunglasses on, you start seeing these financial opportunities that you would not have seen otherwise. And I'll say that every single great opportunity in my life has come from actively searching for it. Good things come. You'll get really, really lucky if you're continually searching and looking for things, and you'll likely be very unlucky if you're never searching and you're never trying things. For example, every time I watch content, I'm not watching just for fun. I'm watching with the intent of, hey, how can I take this content and use it to, either help or inspire something of my own. That's just one little small example of how I always have these sunglasses on. And I think it's something that a lot of 1%ers also have. Gary Vee, who you guys probably already know, is also really big on this statement. So in summary, always have those sunglasses on and always be looking for opportunities. So another behavior that the 1% have is they are very good at delegating. They're very good at knowing their strengths as well as their weaknesses and thinking, hey, I should not be doing the things I'm not that good at. I should be only doing the things that I'm really great at and delegating the rest. The Pareto principle states that for many outcomes, roughly 80% of consequences come from 20% of causes, meaning that there are less than 10 things you can do every single day that truly make an impact. Focus on the 20% that actually make an impact, and then everything else should be delegated. This for me, you guys, was extremely hard because I like doing everything myself. And so here is sort of how I did it. I first began by delegating tasks around the house. For example, hiring a cleaner as well as someone to help walk our dog. Not only does this force you to not procrastinate on those easy tasks, it also gets you more comfortable with simply delegating. And you can also think of it in terms of money per hour. Let's say that your time is worth $50 an hour. So that means that any task that is worth less than that, you should actually delegate it and instead take that time to make that money. At some point, you won't be able to do everything you want to do, so it becomes extremely important for you to delegate. And the last behavior, you guys, is the 1% like to listen versus talk. The rich spend 5 minutes listening for every 1 minute that they talk. And it makes sense because when you listen, that means you're learning. And when you're talking, it means you're probably not learning. Richard Branson said, nobody learned anything by hearing themselves speak. And not only is it better for yourself in terms of what you learn, it's also better in terms of relationship building. The fact is that people love talking about themselves or their life. So the more you let them speak, the more they're going to like you. I'll talk more about this later on in a future video, but your relationships are so key to your personal happiness. And yeah, more people are just inclined to talk a lot. So if you can become a better listener, this is going to help you out a lot. Now, I will say that good listening is not just about being quiet. It's also about body language, interest, as well as any follow-up questions. So yeah, something I really encourage you guys to do is try and speak less. Instead, listen to what other people have to say. You'll learn more and also make more friends. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. We're basically just reverse engineering the traits that rich people have and thinking, hey, if you do these yourself, you're also more likely to become that 1%. If you guys want some free stocks, I'm gonna put some links down below to Moomoo and Webull. They're giving out a ton of free stocks right now and I don't want you guys to miss out. And yeah, hopefully you learn at least one actionable thing that you can start doing right now. Make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. And the whole goal of the channel is to help you guys become financially successful. Thank you for your time and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.